Thank you for being here. We're going to go ahead and get started. I would like to please recognize, if you would stand and recognize the Missouri Sheriff's Association and Training Academy Class 266 as they come in to be seated.
I got about 3 of those in me. Millsap needs to be up here. I don't know this.
You didn't want to.
Millsap needs to go there. Come on, honey. Sit right there. Thank you.
If you would please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And just for another moment, we'd like to thank our Creator for being here tonight. Please bow your heads. Dear Lord, thank you for allowing us to be here tonight. Thank you for allowing us to recognize these young people who are coming into a difficult profession. This is a big moment in their lives. Please look out after them and after their families during their career in this profession. Please just watch over us. Help them do their job safely. Help them do what they're sacrificing for their community to do, which is make it a better place to live. Please help them remember their families and the support that their families give them in order to do this profession, to remember how hard it is on those families as it is on those officers to do this, so that they take care of each other. In your Son's name, Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Please have a seat. Well, officially, thank you for being here to this graduation ceremony for Class 266 of the Missouri Sheriff's Association and Training Academy. My name is Victor Pittman. I am the program coordinator for the Missouri Sheriff's Association. I would like to recognize a couple of people that are here today. Sheriff Helms, who is our home sponsor sheriff, and Sheriff Millsap with Laclede County, who are here tonight. These folks got a tough job, a unique job in the state of Missouri and across the United States, elected by their citizens to be the chief law enforcement officer for their communities. And it is a tiring job, a tough job. And they are here tonight to support those folks that are going to work for them to help them accomplish their mission. So thank you for being here, sheriffs. I would like to introduce to you now the class site coordinator. His function is to ensure that the local academy class here is organized, function, and that these folks get the finest training that they possibly can, to give them the best initial training that they can in order to start their career. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. They've got a lot of training to do, they've got a lot of experience to build, and they have a lot to learn before they are experienced peace officers. So I would like to introduce Captain Chris Maley to you.
Folks, I appreciate you coming out tonight. It's been a long year. I'd say the 6 that we have over in the corner can attest to that. And something that shouldn't go unrecognized as well is the commitment that a lot of you have given them. I know over the years we've done, I think this may be our 17th year or so with the Missouri Sheriff's Association, operating a satellite academy through the Camden County Sheriff's Office. And we're blessed to have a good relationship with the Missouri Sheriff's Association, which is based out of Jeff City. I think there's, I don't know how many sites there is, about a dozen or so?
About 8 right now.
8, okay. So obviously COVID changed quite a bit last year. That was a problematic situation. And then obviously what's gone on in our nation with the optics and law enforcement, it's greatly changed. That's something that I think we can all recognize regardless of what political side you're on. It's just the nature of where we are currently. So it's a big deal for the 6 that came through. This is quite honestly the smallest class we've ever had over the years. We've slowly seen it dwindle a little bit, and I think it's kind of like an old grandfather clock. It'll swing both ways, and hopefully the proactiveness and the interest is going to swing back in our favor, and we'll start getting some bigger numbers. But just to give you an idea, for the last 10 months or so, where your loved one has been, what we have done, for you that don't know, is the academy. It's kind of like professional night school. I don't know how else to say it. But on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 10 p.m., every Saturday that I can think of other than some holidays, from 8 to 5 p.m., and then some Sundays sprinkled in there as well. The 6 that you see in the corner have come up to our facility up the road in Camden County and utilized our training room, and they've gone through a wide range of different topics, from constitutional law and criminal law, to firearms, to defensive driving, to investigations, to first responder. There's some hands-on self-defense, PPCT type stuff, and then there's a lot of practical applications with those experiences that they've gone under. So for the 700 hours that they've spent with us getting their Class A license, that's a big commitment. But like I said a minute ago, it's also a commitment to you guys, especially the loved ones, spouses, and others that have sacrificed in order to get them to where they need to be. So for all of you out there, from all the instructors that we've had, and if you've helped in any way with this academy, I know we've got a bunch of uniformed folks in the back. If you guys could stand up and be recognized. We've had a lot of instructors that have helped. So for me, it's kind of easy, but the instructors, whoever you are out there, go ahead and stand up to be recognized so we can see you. We appreciate that. And then for everybody else in here, active or former law enforcement, military, fire, EMS, do we have anybody in attendance that has fit that bill? I'd like you guys to be recognized as well. We appreciate it if you could stand up as well. Anybody former, current, present, law enforcement, military, go. Thank you. It's a big commitment, folks. It really is. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. The keynote speaker that we have this evening, he's a great man. He's our prosecuting attorney for Camden County, Caleb Cunningham, sitting behind me to my left. Caleb is a transplant from Alabama. If we have any Alabama fans, don't hold that against him. He's an Alabama grad. He's been practicing law for over 8 years, licensed in Missouri, Alabama, and Florida. He's an elected board member of the University of Missouri's Extension Council for Camden County, president and founder of Get Involved Camden County, a Missouri Master Naturalist intern, and a graduate of the leadership of Camden County, along with a whole host of other accolades. And in all fairness, in the almost 2 years I've been associated with Camden County, he's neck and neck with Jim Eisenagel, if you remember him, for tenacity and drive. We're very fortunate to have a good sheriff, a good prosecutor in our county, and obviously Sheriff Millsap behind me as well. We have a very good relationship with the counties around us, so we're proud of that. But without further ado, Mr. Cunningham.
You don't know how much I had to pay him to say something nice about me. Before we get too involved, I want you guys to stand up real quick and look at the audience, if you don't mind. Ladies and gentlemen, these folks here have spent hundreds of hours in the Sheriff's Department. They have been maced, they have been tased, we have yelled at them, we have talked about dead ladies of the evening quite a bit. I'm trying to church things up a little bit for the children. They have had to look at awful things, they have had to learn awful things. It has been cold, it has been hot, and they have endured a tremendous amount. And I know you care about them, if not more than I do. Please give them another round of applause for all they've accomplished. And Class 266, look out into this crowd and see the people who love you, who support you, who you will be pinned for tonight. And I hope that you remember this evening for the rest of your career, because there will be times when Mary Methamphetamine is on her 10th arrest and she's getting out on bond again, or Johnny Wifebeater didn't get as long as you wanted. You saved somebody in this room. They didn't drive drunk that night. You removed them. You did your job. And somebody in this room will be alive and safe because of something you did. And I hope you remember that, because the job can wear. I hope you pick somebody in this room or somebody close to you, a preacher, a loved one that you confide in throughout your career, because you can't share this information with everyone. Obviously, we have a dark sense of humor that's not appropriate for human consumption. But somebody in this room understands. There's some gray hairs in this room that understand. There's some old devil dogs in this room that understand. There's some folks on this stage with me that understand. And please know that you can call us anytime. I've given, I think, all of you my cell phone, and you will abuse it, and I'll regret giving it to you. But you can go ahead and be seated. Tonight, when you go out with these people, when you go out with your class, I hope you tell them thank you, because you're not the only person sacrificing in this job. This is a job of sacrifice, and you have a role in that sacrifice, unfortunately. You sacrifice time with them. You'll sacrifice sleepless nights when you're worried about them. And please know that there are people in the community, myself included, people on the stage and people in this auditorium who appreciate that sacrifice. It's a sacrifice that cannot ever be repaid, and it is a love for your community, a love for your own family that you do it. And I am personally grateful, and I know most of the members of the community are grateful for what you've done. When I was trying to think of what to say tonight about Class 266, I thought of a few things. One, I think you're the shortest class I've ever taught. Your average height is really small, so I'm expecting great things. You really pull it down. I mean, the average is pulled down a good foot because of you. So the quartermasters will be able to spend some money having to get some new uniforms. I think undercover works in your future. So other than the height challenge, this class had a lot of tenacity. In fact, I will remember you as the class that almost wasn't. I don't know if you know this, but there was such little enrollment that it got canceled real fast. Just one day they said, we don't have enough, we can't have a class this year. And by the grace of God, by the grace of the Missouri Sheriff's Association, and by the grace of Captain Maley, we were able to put that class together. And because of that class, we have 6 new officers who are going to be serving Camden County and Laclede County. 6 people who have answered the call that fewer and fewer people are answering. 6 people that the call goes out, perhaps now more than ever. I think we need good police. We need great police. And I think we've got some folks in this class who can fill that bill. I expect great things from each and every one of you. I've been doing this for a couple years now. I teach constitutional law and statutory law. And it can be dry material, so I try to tell funny stories to keep them awake, to make them pay attention, because you've worked all day at your job, and the last thing you want to hear about is search and seizure law. But it's very important because it's what you're going to be doing. Law enforcement is interesting because you can do whatever you want. I know several of you work in the jail right now. I have hilarious stories from the jail that I can't share with you. And the road is a fascinating place. Nobody in my immediate family, I was the first person to go to college. They're all construction workers. I didn't know anybody in law enforcement. I knew not to get in trouble, right? And a lot of your families are blue families through and through, and that's one of the things I've been amazed by in my years doing this, of getting to know the love and the honor in your families that you've shared, and this is your community, and you have more blood, sweat, and tears in this community than most, and I hope you're proud of them. But as I was getting ready to talk to this class, Lynn Creek had a trunk or treat. I don't know if any of you went. I was General Washington giving out candy, and one thing I noticed is that kids still dress up as policemen. We saw a lot more policemen than we saw firefighters, you'll be happy to know. Because you are heroes, and even kids see that. What you do has to be done. It is not a pleasant job, it is not a fun job some days, but I do think it is a tremendous honor. Officer Bailey is not here tonight. She delivered a child on the side of the road. She will be the first human being that child has ever interacted with outside of her mother, was Officer Bailey, because Officer Bailey was there. You may deliver a child on the side of the road and be the first human being that a person ever sees. I can guarantee Deputy Bailey was not expecting that she would be delivering a child later that day. But that is what law enforcement is expected to do. We adapt, we overcome. You're not given enough. You're never given enough. And somehow you pull through. And there's a dedication and the heart that you show. You will be the last person a lot of people see. Whether that person dies at your hands, another officer's hands, or the hands of drugs, you will be the last person someone sees. You will go from cradle to grave in what you do. I can think of no job that has more power, more responsibility on its shoulders than your job. And so I wanted to talk tonight, in my view, the difference between a good officer and a great officer. I think you all have it in you to be good officers, and I think if you try, you have it in you to be great officers. A great officer knows that it's not just about arrests. It is not just about arrests, but the effect that you have on the community, the effect that you have on your fellow officer. If you are the officer that other officers can depend on, that is there when they need you, that when the PA's office calls, you're not scared to talk to us, that when there's an angry constituent out there, you're not scared to talk to them, that you're the first one in and the last one out. That is a great officer. It is about dedication and love for their department, about love for their community, and each of you have shown that in just sitting in those chairs. And you have the support system sitting in these chairs to help you be a great officer. It will take time, and before long, I expect somebody will be sitting up on this stage with me, an old gray hair like the other ones behind me. Well, or no hair. Monning's halfway there. So it is a tremendous honor, a tremendous responsibility, and I know each of you has it in you to carry that weight, to carry that responsibility. There's some officers in the back who are great officers. Don't let the burdens of this job outweigh the positive. Remember this night, remember what it is that you came here for, what you signed up for. You are peace officers for the state of Missouri. You were charged with protecting us, with bettering the community. You are the sword and shield of the people. And each of you has it in you to carry that sword and to carry that shield justly and righteously. And I hope that you do that for many, many years. I'm deeply honored to be up here talking to you tonight. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Class 266. God bless. God bless America. Thank you.
Thank you, Caleb. He always does such a great job.
Thank you.
We're going to go ahead and hand out some awards and recognize y'all for some of the hard work that you did over the last 10 plus months. This group of people have spent well over 700 hours on average. It fluctuates a little bit with each academy class, but on average it's about 740 hours. And that's just in the classroom. That doesn't count the studying that they've done outside the classroom. That doesn't count the preparation that they have to do to get ready. It doesn't count a lot of things. They've worked hard over this last 10 months. Now, on top of that, they're adults. This is not a group of kids going to college that their parents are paying for their dorm room and you know, like attorneys do. You know, that their parents, that they're off doing school and not having to work, and they have to take care of families. They have children. They have loved ones to care for. Some of them are working full-time. Most of them are probably working full-time and going to school and taking care of their families. And it is a significant challenge to do that. Their families have to sacrifice their time so that they have time in order to be successful in this academy. And the academy is not a shoe-in. You may get accepted when you apply, but it doesn't mean you're going to graduate. You have to pass the exams. You have to perform the practical exercises. You have to be there. You have to make sure that you are accomplishing the training that you're participating in to be successful. It's not easy. This first group of folks did this over the last 10 months with 100% attendance, which is amazing. That is amazing. So I would like David Kramer to please stand. Jordan Shearer, Tiffany Lewis, and Emmerich Wyatt. Please recognize these folks for the hard work that they did. Okay. We're going to hand out some other awards now. Speaking to you as family, I am telling you not to be shy, okay? We want to make sure that this is a night that they remember. I did this on August 26th of 1983, okay? And I still cherish that day and the day I got to walk across the stage. It changed my life. It made me a good person. It changed me definitely from where I grew up. But this is a big night for these folks. This is a big night for their family. So you need to celebrate it and you need to archive it, okay? Because there's going to be those times that you're going to wish you never did this. There's going to be times family is going to say, I wish they never did this. And you have to remember the good reasons you're doing it, the hard work and your accomplishments, and the reward far outweighs the negative, okay? So as we announce these awards, the person's going to stand up and come across the stage and receive their award. Please do not hesitate, family, to get up, come over here by the flag, take your photographs. Mom wants to take a photograph with them, take it. Dad wants to take a photograph with them, kids, do it, okay? Let's reward them. Let's help them remember this, okay? It is a big event that's changing the rest of their life. So don't be shy. So first of all, the Missouri Sheriff's Association Training Academy operates satellite academy locations all over the state of Missouri. We could not do that. We are not a for-profit academy like some academies are. We do this to support the office of the sheriff. We are created by the office of the sheriff, and our goal is to support that sheriff's ability to do their mission. Therefore, we don't charge as much money as a lot of the other academies. These guys get charged maybe a third of what it costs to go to a law enforcement academy at a for-profit school. We could not do that if it wasn't for the support of organizations, instructors, site coordinators who sacrifice more than they're probably willing to say, and sheriffs who support us. So I would like to recognize the Camden County Sheriff's Office from the Missouri Sheriff's Association and Training Academy for supporting this academy program so that these young people receive extreme quality training. Thank you, Sheriff. Sheriff Helms is receiving this award.
Well, you never give me an opportunity to talk, I'll take it. I think it's kind of funny. I taught in the academy for years, and when you get to be sheriff, that kind of sucks the life out of you and you don't have time. I think I taught Academy Class 1, not sure. But I will tell you this, a little over 15 years ago, near this time, I was asked to be the guest speaker at that graduation. I was on my honeymoon, but I came to honor people just like this. I could never say thank you enough, because I'm going to tell you something. If I'm this good of a sheriff, these people make me this good. I'm just the figurehead. They're the workers. Thank you.
These guys have to do a lot while they're in the academy. They have a lot of academic training, classroom training, studying, practical exercises. One of those areas is called firearms training. They have to learn how to decide when to use a firearm, when to use of force, other things like that, when not to is just as important. And then they have to learn the skills necessary to safely do it. And as they do that, they have to qualify with a pistol, a rifle, and a shotgun. So this next award is the High Firearms Award. And basically what we do is we average their pistol, rifle, and shotgun scores, and whoever receives the highest percentage of success is who receives this award. So it's not easy to get. You know, it's not TV. Television is not real. Using these kinds of tools can be dangerous, and it can be difficult. So the High Firearms Award goes to Marcus Martin. Don't be shy. Come on up and you can take a picture up here.
He doesn't know directions yet.
Congratulations, sir. You earned it.
This next award is actually my favorite. I don't know how Chris does it, but in the Jefferson City Academy, where I'm the site coordinator, this is an award that's given by the students. This is the Class Leader Award. This is an award that goes to somebody in this class that is, you know, I tell the students when the academy first starts, if you're coming in here thinking that you're going to be Joe Cool, the best of the best, and you're going to walk all over whoever you have to walk all over in order to be the best at graduation, then you're not the best. The best is that person who steps up to help somebody else be the best. And that's a leader, okay? That's a leader. And that's why this is my favorite award, because this is the person who demonstrates that desire to make sure that those around him are more successful than they are. As Sheriff Helm says, and I was a police chief for 15 years, and I would not have been successful in that position if I did not have good people around me that made me look good. That's the reality, and this award recognizes that. So the Class Leader Award goes to Tiffany Lewis.
Congratulations, well deserved.
She's got a call. My friend, I would have already done it, but to show. Get a box for it to stand.
Probably should put the little flags out there.
Tiffany, don't go nowhere. Tiffany, come back here. Stand right there for a second.
Already in trouble.
Already in trouble. Okay, I asked her to stay up here. This next award is an academic award. During the academy, during this 10 months, the students have to prove that they learned something. Of course, the only way we can test that is by testing them. they have to take 13 block exams on all of the different academic sections that they learn during the academy. Again, this is not a walk in the park. They have to study. They're learning things that, quite frankly, attorneys go through law school to learn and have to make so that they have the ability to make decisions in a split second on the scene of an incident that courts would argue for years. And they're expected to make those same decisions in a split second. They have to learn a lot. They have to become critical thinkers. They have to learn to read and write again, literally, in a way that conveys what my favorite term, the totality of the circumstances that they were involved in to the court system so that the court can do their job. So these are tough tests. So on top of those 13 block exams, they also have to take written exams in order to qualify for with their pepper spray, with their first responder medical training, with their taser training, their defensive tactics training, and those exams, they have even higher standards that they have to meet, and some of them require 100% accuracy in the exam that they take, or they get terminated from the academy. If they do not get a 100%, they will be terminated from the academy. It's tough. So their academic success for anybody that graduates from the academy is commendable. But we hand out 2 academic awards. And the first academic award is the Salutatorian Award. This is the person who has had all of their academic test scores averaged, and they are the second highest in the class, which is no slouch, okay? No slouch. Quite often the difference between the Salutatorian and the Valedictorian is 0.01% of a point, okay? So this is a significant award. And the Salutatorian Award goes to Tiffany Lewis.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Still.
If y'all want to take more pictures, you're welcome.
If you say Tiffany again, we're going to say it's rude.
I heard that.
No. He's getting our picture taken.
Thank you, Tiffany. Our next award is the Valedictorian Award. This is the person who, after having all of their academic test scores averaged, got the best test scores out of all of the rest of the class. This again, like I said, was a difficult challenge. So the person who's been selected as the valedictorian or who earned the Valedictorian Award is Brandon Monin.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations, sir.
Missed that one, Dave.
I think Sheriff Millsap's recruiting Camden County people as they walk across the stage.
All those were like Leda County, man.
We got a bookended.
We poached them.
Okay. This next award goes to the person who not only did well academically, they also had to have good attendance. They had to perform extremely well in all of their practical exercises. They had to basically they had to show good leadership skills. They had to have a good attitude. They had to have nothing negative on their record. And that's hard to do in 10 months. There's a lot of stress on these students as they go through this program. They have to see things, they have to experience things just in the academy to learn to do the job that they are asked to do, the profession that they are asked to do upon graduation, that most people in society will never experience or have to be exposed to. And they do that so that you don't have to experience them and be exposed to them. So this is a big award, the Honor Graduate Award. And the Honor Graduate for Class 266 is Brandon Monin.
Always overachieving. I don't think we did either. I usually get out most entertaining instructor or something. I think I could win there.
Okay, now we come to the most important part of the night. This is literally the moment where these fine young people go from being just an average citizen. Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm wrong on that. That they go from basically doing and providing full-time service to the community, what is the responsibility of everybody in the community. This is where their lives are going to change. This is the moment that they receive the authority and the awesome responsibility that's placed on their shoulders. As I call their name, I will let you know where they're going to work for and who is going to pin their first badge on them. Please do not be shy. Please do not hesitate to come up here. Please do not be afraid to document this, take the photograph, and celebrate this with them. Are you guys ready? Oh, yeah. Anybody want to back out and leave before we start? You sure? Okay. Sure. Okay, let's get rolling then. David Kramer. David is going to work for the Camden County Sheriff's Office, and he is being pinned by Captain Chris Maley.
Congratulations, thanks for a great thing.
I told him to pin them all. You want my glasses?
I might actually just have somebody.
I'm gonna get Peggy's glasses with the chain on.
Tiffany Lewis. Tiffany is going to work for the Camden County Sheriff's Office, and she is being pinned by Deputy Jeremy Lake. You've got to get a picture with them cute little blonde girls. What's that? Future deputies. Cheese. Thank you. That's why we do this job, folks, right there.
I tell them it's $200 picture.
Oh, they'll figure it out. It's always my gift to them, and he can do it for free.
There you go.
Marcus Martin. Mark is going to work for the Camden County Sheriff's Office, and he is being pinned by Shara, his mother. Did I pronounce that right?
Oh, he really is bad with directions, isn't he?
I don't know. Congratulations.
Congratulations, sir.
Everybody's taking it, nobody's in it. Let's get it.
Give rabbit ears.
That's a lot of women in your life.
Yeah, almost every one of them.
We're hiring jailers.
Yeah, there are two of them's going to the road. Oh, I can't say it.
probably did.
Brandon Monning. Brandon is going to the Camden County Sheriff's Office, and he is being pinned by Captain Chris Maley.
Congratulations.
You're going to do great, sir. I expect great things.
Can I get your autograph later?
A lot of PC statements.
I'm gonna fix Dave there. Is that right? Yeah, yeah, he just did a big bus for me last night. How's Pratt doing? How's Pratt doing? See, I wouldn't like that. That's good. Did you see what they got? So handsome. That bothered me.
Well, that was a lot of mess too. We
Yeah.
don't see a big deal of meth anymore. No, he's good. We worked, he hadn't even started Brad, and we busted that fentanyl. He was out there working with us and stuff. I just happened to be in Heather's office when they came for they tested positive for fentanyl. I said, "Hey, did he have a GPS?" And they said, "Yeah." They give me the data. I looked through it. Palm Gardens. That's where his meth deal. And we ended up hitting the search warrant by the end of the day.
I told him, I said, "You're going to join the prosecutor's office. He might work you a little more than you used to."
We don't have to be aggressive.
Yeah, I like that better. Aggressive.
Jordan Shearer. Jordan is going to work for the Laclede County Sheriff's Office, and he is being pinned by Sheriff Millsap.
They're your brothers now.
Sorry, Dave. If I had one, I would. think he's pretty much liquid captain.
Oh, we already tried that.
You should be first in line.
We offered your prosecutor's office a bonus. You'll be waiting for her then.
I guess.
Emmerich Wyatt. Emmerich is going to work for the Camden County Sheriff's Office, and he is being pinned by his wife, Nikki, and their daughter, Aslyn.
Congratulations, sir.
I gotta be careful. I offered him more money to go to work for me. He already does. I've got about 5 minutes left.
I don't think you should have to stand up again after this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a break.
Any awful cases. I haven't seen you in the news lately. Thank goodness. The sun's over here at the lake, so we got our fingers crossed.
You never got kids.
No. Hey, they were kissing me. They did kiss to death. Yeah, I don't think anybody in his family's law enforcement. He just up and decided to go one day. That's what he told me. He told me. He was working at a feed store or something is what he told me. He's coming from far away. I forgot what county he said he lived in, but it was far away. I'm sure that he's moved. I mean, like 2 counties over.
Really?
I was asking in the beginning what they wanted in law enforcement and stuff, and trying to get to know him a little bit. And a lot of them have family with law enforcement, but I remember him.
I'm just glad to have Bill on the truck.
Yeah.
That's He'll keep you busy. Appreciate your comments. Water trooper. Oh, I got a couple of them pokes out of this. Darren Skinner.
Kind of goes to the beach, yeah. Heard he was done with them, tired and.
Well, yeah. He told me that he said, I guess he wasn't one of them.
While they're finishing up, I want y'all to come up here. Okay, class 266, I want you to look out in front of you, what you're facing there. The career you've chosen can cause us to become cynical. It can cause us to not deal with stress well. It can cause us, as we are doing our job every day, and we're going to deal with the same, depending on the community, 4 to 15% of people that do bad things over and over and over and over again. And we're not going to have the ability to keep in contact with the other 75 to 96% of the community that are out there that we serve. And sometimes we forget to see the forest for the trees. I want you to look out there at your families and your friends and your loved ones and the people that are here that care about you, to remember that they're the reason you do this. It's the only reason we exist. Governments mean nothing without the people sitting in the audience, okay? They are the reason we exist. Our goal, our ultimate goal, is to do our job so well that we make ourselves obsolete, but we know that's an impossibility. So when you start feeling that stress, when you start catching yourself not seeing the forest for the trees, not seeing the whole community, if you ever think you start developing what we call that us against them attitude, anybody that's not wearing a badge you can't trust, you need to remember that other 96%. You need to remember that without them, what you do is impossible without their support. You need to thank them for the sacrifices they make for you to be successful tonight. So I'm asking you to give your family and loved ones a round of applause. And I have one last charge, and the charge goes to you, family members, because I will tell you with 35 plus years in law enforcement that you can get isolated, you can get separated, you can start to forget. And they need to have family and loved ones that love them enough and are strong enough that when they start to pull away, when they come home and they just want to plop down in that recliner and turn the world off, they've been trained. It's better to go out into the driveway and play basketball for 15 or 20 minutes with your kid, to grab your spouse by the hand and go for a walk, to burn off that stress that they've built up all day, to participate with their families, to continue to do Cub Scouts, Girl Scouts, go to church, play ball, join the softball league, to remember that they serve a community and they need to remain part of that community and that family to be successful in this profession. And when you see them start pulling away, you have to love them enough and you have to be strong enough to grab them by that shirt collar, shake them up a little bit and say, hey, you need to wake up. You need to open your eyes. You need to see, get back to where you were when you started. Remember your family. Remember your loved ones. Remember your community. Pull them back. Pull them back. Don't let them allow the bad parts of this job isolate them. That is so important. That kills more peace officers out there than anything else. So please, family, don't be afraid to do that. This basically ends our ceremony tonight. It is my pleasure, as representative of the Missouri Sheriff's Association and Training Academy, to present to you the future of law enforcement.